to welcome next 2026 Kawasaki KL600. Whether you're here for raw specs, real-world performance expectations, design focus, or what makes this machine stand out in 2026, you're in the right place. Now, before we get into horsepower and handling, it's important to understand what the KL line represents. Kawasaki's KL designation goes way back to rugged, versatile machines crafted for mixed terrain. The historic KL600 models are appreciated for their balanced engine, reliable torque, and approachable yet utilitarian character, traits that hardcore adventurers and daily riders alike respected. Webike Japan. So when Kawasaki hinted at a 2026 model, the moto community braced for a revival, one that takes those classic foundations and injects them with modern capability. First, engine and performance. At the heart of the 2026 KL600 is a middleweight engine that continues the spirit of its predecessors. While precise Kawasaki released figures remain under wraps, community previews and visuals suggest a single-cylinder or parallel twin setup in the 600cc ballpark, tuned for a low-end grunt and usable mid-range power. Legacy KL600s historically made around 42 PS, till the 31 kilowatts from a 564cc water-cooled single-A. So if Kawasaki keeps that displacement or ups it slightly, we can expect a flexible, tractable power delivery ideally suited for adventure and road touring. Diaresis inverted ?1/2. Webike Japan. What does that mean on the road? In real-world terms, you're looking at ample torque for smooth overtakes, confidence on gravel and mainstream highways, and a usable power band that doesn't demand ringing the engine at every twist. The engine is likely paired with a 5A or 6A speed gearbox, balanced to optimize both city cruising and highway runs. Next, a chassis, suspension, and ride behavior. A bike like the KL600 has to do two jobs: handle the pavement confidently and absorb varying off-road surfaces without protest. While Kawasaki hasn't released official suspension specs yet, it's safe to imagine longer travel front forks and a supportive rear shock engineered to soak up rough surfaces and maintain composure at speed. Expect tire sizes designed for mixed terrain, a ground clearance that keeps obstacles from punching through the bottom end, and a chassis tuned for agility when things get technical. Adventure riders talk about overall balance, not just raw suspension travel, and the KL600 appears to be leaning into that philosophy. It's meant to feel honest and communicative under braking, predictable through corners, and reassuring when the trail surface gets loose. Now let's talk design and ergonomics. The 2026 Kawasaki KL600 doesn't try to look like a desert rally replica. Instead, it blends purposeful aesthetics with functional intelligence. Expect a tall windscreen situated to deflect highway wind blast, a seat height that keeps both taller and average riders reasonably comfortable, and upright ergonomics that reduce fatigue and long days in the saddle. The graphics and bodywork nod to Kawasaki's heritage with bold, confident lines, while handguards and protective elements speak to every rider's dual sport intentions. From a cockpit perspective, modern riders demand connectivity, intuitive interfaces, and clear information. Kawasaki's recent models have embraced this with TFT displays and smartphone link options, offering ride stats, notifications, and even navigation engagement. While we don't yet have final confirmation of the exact instrument cluster for the KL600, it's reasonable, given Kawasaki's 2026 lineup trends, to expect a clean, modern dash that pairs function with clarity. Let's address brakes and safety. ABS is now a baseline expectation across most 2026 motorcycles. And the KL600 should be no different. Expect dual disc braking up front with a responsive rear disc, tuned for mixed conditions. Strong brakes aren't just a safety feature, they're confidence providers, especially when the terrain changes without warning. Let's talk price, a critical factor for anyone looking to make a purchase. Official Kawasaki pricing for the KL600 hasn't been published in all markets yet, but industry whispers and early dealer quotes suggest a figure competitive with mid-range adventure machines, likely positioned to undercut pricier rivals while delivering a strong value proposition. Based on trends in the 600cc adventure segment, that could mean a starting MSRP that sits comfortably within the mid-to upper five-year figures in USD. Once confirmed, we'll link the exact figures in the description. Now, a unique selling points and who this bike is for. The new KL600 earns its place in Kawasaki's range by offering a blend of proven Japanese engineering and contemporary adventure capability. If you're someone who wants a single bike that can handle daily commuting, weekend touring, occasional trail detours, and longer distance comfort without compromise, this bike is engineered for you. The KL600's strength lies in its balance. It doesn't specialize only in one realm, like pure dirt bikes or supersport machines, yet performs admirably in each environment it touches. That's the magic of a true dual sport or adventure platform. For riders stepping up from smaller bikes, it's forgiving but capable. For experienced riders, it's versatile without feeling underpowered or insecure. And for weekend warriors chasing real exploration, it's ready out of the crate. In closing, the 2026 Kawasaki KL600 looks like a machine designed around real riding experiences, not just engineering checkboxes. While it carries the lineage of its namesake, this new model nods forward, highlighting Kawasaki's commitment to practical adventure capability, rider-first ergonomics, and solid performance that makes sense on the road and off it.